worst cake you ever tasted fix everything? In Brazil, that first slice of birthday cake is a weapon disguised as tradition because you have to hand it to your favorite person while everyone watches and judges who you value most. And after 3 years together, I'd learned exactly where I stood in that hierarchy. My boyfriend Lucas had the kind of backstory that made you understand why family came first for him. His adoptive mother had found him digging through restaurant garbage when he was 7, his ribs showing through torn clothes, and she'd taken him home that very night. His birth mother had fought poverty with her bare hands, working 3 jobs to keep her children fed even when it meant she went without. These 2 women had given him life in different ways, so of course I understood when he gave them the first slices at their respective celebrations. For weeks I'd been planning his surprise picnic birthday party, reaching out to childhood friends he hadn't seen in months, staying up until 2 in the morning perfecting his favorite tres leches cake. I spent more than I should have on everything because seeing him happy was worth it, but still, a small voice whispered that this time, at the party I'd organized, surely it would be my turn. The picnic was perfect with string lights twinkling in the trees and all his friends laughing as we sang happy birthday. My heart raced as Lucas held the knife over the cake, and I tried not to look too eager while everyone waited to see who he'd choose. He looked around the circle of faces, his eyes landing on mine for just a moment before sliding past to Isabella, his best friend since childhood. For my sister who never let me give up, he announced, handing her the plate while she squealed. I kept my smile steady even as something inside me crumbled. Isabella deserved it as she'd been there when his birth father left, when he'd gone hungry, when he'd almost dropped out of school. She was practically family who lived 2 hours away now, rarely seeing him, while I saw Lucas every day, woke up beside him every morning, heard his love before sleep each night, but standing there watching everyone cheer while I became invisible again, I couldn't help feeling like I'd never be the most important person in any room. We talked about marriage constantly, planned our children's names, yet when it came time to declare his love publicly, I was passed over. That night after everyone left, Lucas found me on our balcony, wrapping his arms around me from behind. Thank you for today. It was perfect. I'm glad you enjoyed it, I said, my voice smaller than intended. When he asked what was wrong, I erupted. In all 3 parties, you never picked me for the first slice. I know they all deserve it, but at the party I threw, the one I spent weeks planning, I was so sure it would finally be my turn. He got defensive, listing every breakfast made and flower given, but when I explained it wasn't about cake but about publicly declaring your person, that this tradition was how my culture showed the world who mattered most, he went completely still. So everything I do every single day means nothing because I didn't give you cake? The accusation in his voice made my chest tighten. You're twisting my words. 3 times you chose everyone else for the first slice while our friends watched me get passed over, and each time I vanished a little more. He pulled away, shaking his head. I can't believe after everything we have, you're jealous of my family. There are bigger ways to show the world someone matters than cake. He walked away with a coldness I'd never seen from him before, leaving me crying alone on the balcony. The next morning, I woke to an empty bed and silence that felt heavier than usual. I reached for Lucas's pillow when I heard soft laughter from the kitchen, followed by Isabella's voice saying, "You're getting better at this," and then another voice cooing, "No babe, you're doing it all wrong. Let me show you." My stomach dropped as I crept down the hallway, my heart pounding with each step. Through the doorway, I saw Lucas standing close to Isabella, both of them covered in flour as she guided his hands over the frosting bag. My counter was a disaster zone of failed cake attempts. "Finally!" Isabella exclaimed when she saw me, wiping flour from her cheek. "We've been trying to teach this fool to bake for 3 hours." A woman appeared from behind the fridge door holding eggs. "This is my girlfriend," Isabella added, wrapping her arm around her. "She's the actual baker here, but Lucas keeps ignoring her advice." Lucas looked exhausted but determined. "Isabella called me an idiot last night after you went to bed. Said she saw your face at the party and I should have known better." On the counter sat a lopsided cake with uneven frosting that said, "You're first," in shaky letters. Lucas cut a piece and held it out to me. "Remember when I said there were bigger ways to show the world someone matters?" I already knew what I wanted to do. He pulled a small velvet box from his pocket. "I thought the ring would say everything, but you taught me that some things need frosting too." He dropped to one knee in our messy kitchen while Isabella filmed. "So how about we make it official? Will you be my first choice forever?" I said yes through tears and bit into his disaster of a cake, which tasted terrible but felt perfect, because finally, I was first.